Alright, so this is Omar, and this is Evan. So us three, we have completely different backgrounds.
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. From St. Cloud, Florida, but my dad is Senegalese.
I'm from Denver, Colorado. My parents are Korean immigrants. Our lives couldn't have been any different in our upbringing. What school did you go to?
Private school in Jacksonville. I went to a public school in St. Cloud, and then I transferred to a school in Orlando.
And I grew up in Denver, Colorado. It's Cherry Creek Public School, so it was a really nice public school area. But the whole point of this video is to show that statistically, we really weren't supposed to be here in the same room together. Omar, Evan, that's all I need from you guys. Wait. You guys gotta do. Alright, it worked. So most people think education is really simple. You work hard. You get good grades. And you succeed. But research shows it's a lot more complicated than that. There's a lot of things that play into it. Things like race, background, expectations, and access can shape what happens to a student long before they enter college. So my project focused on something called cultural literacy. Cultural literacy is the socially situated ability to interpret, negotiate, and produce meaning within and across cultural contexts. Why I picked cultural literacy is that in schools, not every student walks in with the same advantages. Some students grow up around tutors, books, college conversations, and academic support from parents, family, anything like that. But others grow up just as talented and intelligent, yet they don't have these same resources. That doesn't mean one student is smarter. It means one student may already know how the system works. Education doesn't necessarily only reward intelligence. Sometimes it rewards familiarity. To show you what I mean, let's take a look at some statistics and go back to me, Evan, and Omar as examples. So let's say there's a start line and a finish line, and the finish line is UT. Let's say we all start at the same spot, Omar, Evan, and me. Now, we're gonna slowly progress throughout this race, and statistics will either boost you or negatively impact you to finish the race. Let's look at racial inequality in education from the Annie E. Casey Foundation. Among fourth graders nationwide, 84% of Black students did not read at a fourth grade proficiency level, while 45% of Asian students and 59% of white students weren't able to read at a fourth grade proficiency level as well. Among eighth graders nationwide, 91% of Black students tested below proficient in math, while on the counterpart, Asian students tested 44% below proficient in math, and white students 66%. So, in the race between Omar, Evan, and I, Omar will unfortunately start disadvantaged, Evan will have a little bit of a boost, and we'll just keep me still at the start line. Black students are more likely to be disciplined in school compared to their other public school peers of other racial or ethnic groups. Among all public school students expelled from school, Black students were the race most likely to be expelled, while Asian students were least likely to be expelled. So if we take a look at our race, there could be even a chance that Omar's just thrown out of the race. So how does any of this have to do with cultural literacy? As people, we can look at each other different and understand how other people work based off different backgrounds and their cultures they come from and the families that they come from. Everything that plays into how one person can learn. Because no student is just a statistic. Omar is not a number, Evan is not a number, and I'm not just a number. To understand these inequalities, all you need sometimes is a short drive. So let's go. I just picked up Omar and we're gonna just drive 5-10 minutes from campus. We're gonna see how different Tampa can get in just a short drive. same kids in the same system, they're gonna equally succeed. And no, it's not like that. You can't expect a kid from Ybor to learn in the exact same ways as a kid from where we're about to head to. Just look at this. Just look at this area. There's all these different factors, all these different things that kids learn throughout their lives outside of school. You can't expect a kid to learn this exact same way as another kid. It's all just 10 minutes away. Why does any of this matter? Because people love saying education has to be equal, but equal classrooms don't erase unequal starting lines. Like for me as an example, this article, Model Minorities. It might hold me to a super high standard that may be unfair for my actual learning needs. When it comes to fixing the system, from the movie Waiting for Superman, despite increased spending on education per pupil, math and reading proficiency has flatlined throughout that time. The fact that Omar, Evan, and I are all here together today is powerful, and it shows progress. It shows what can happen when people overcome the systems that separate them. But progress doesn't mean the work is finished. Cultural literacy teaches us that success isn't only about effort. It's about recognizing each other's differences and working together. So yeah, we can make our school systems better, and we should. But until we become more culturally literate, then there'll be more people like me going to bed knowing that they got cool friends from cool places.